It is ChillDaBeats, and we're joined by Tom from Editors. And am I your first interview back?
Pretty much, mate. Yeah, it's been a funny couple of years for everybody, but yeah, we've been out of the game for a while.
What a huge honor it is for me. Perhaps maybe you'll never do an interview ever again after this. You'll be like, this is awful.
We'll see.
Yeah. How's life? How are you doing? Getting back into the sort of the swing of things, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Life's okay. Thank you. So 2 years ago we were kind of halfway through touring the best of, and that got cut short. And then the last couple of years just happened. It happened. It seems like it's been an eternity and a blink of an eye at the same time, you know. But we've in the meanwhile we've made a record, and we're about to start putting songs out, and the new album will be out after the summer this year. So just limbering up, trying to remind ourselves how to play live the old songs, and then we'll have to work out how to play the new songs, and then away we go, hopefully.
Does your body, like at this age, curse your body from the very first album, where you're like going, how did I play that fast? Like,
exactly that. When we did a show, the first show we've done, the only show we've done was a show the other night in Porto, and things like Munich and those songs from the back room, they're fast, man. They're fast. I mean, it's worse for Ed, our drummer, but we're all in our early 40s, shall we say, and the joints don't go quite the same.
When you toured the best of album, right, and you go and write an album straight after, there's bound to be some sort of like osmosis or something that you carry over from that into the writing process, right?
Well, the best of process was just the experience of putting that out. I was very I wasn't that comfortable with doing it to start with, but I ended up loving it. I loved kind of talking about the past and thinking about the past, I guess, more importantly, and just going back over what we've done over those 6 records and 15 years. So obviously what followed that was such a strange time, and the record that's come out of it is very much the third chapter of the band. I split the band into 3 chapters now. We have the first 3 records where Chris was in the band, and then the last 3 with Justin and Elliot, and this is now post best of, and this is, I guess, the third kind of chapter. It came out of a very strange time, and the record it came together initially remotely, and we were writing songs away from each other, and then there came a point where we could get into a studio together and finish it, but it's different because of it, you know.
Does it need to come with like a preamble or a pre-warning to like the editors' diehard fans of going, this isn't going to sound like exactly like you think, or like, you know, what are you saying to them before they can actually hear it?
I think maybe we've tried to take risks and evolve over the years and do things differently, and we've never enjoyed that feeling of standing still, you know. And I think over the course of our career we've lost people and won people, and I guess there are a few that have been around from the get-go. Bless them. But so this record, it's kind of full on, it's kind of ugly, it's kind of it's quite goth, and it's quite electronic, so we'll see. I mean, I don't like to issue warnings, you know. Let's not take it that seriously.
I like the sound of goth and electronic. I feel like I should be like going to see you play this in Berlin. I feel like that's the best place to see it.
Well, a lot of the songs we started, we were supposed to do a special show about 3 summers ago now, and we started writing the songs kind of for the show. The show never happened, but the show was a festival show in Europe. We were going to do 2 nights, and one night was a traditional set, and the second night was a set done slightly differently. And so we started writing songs for that and thinking about adapting old songs, but then obviously the show didn't happen, and the songs have become an album. So they were kind of designed for a festival tent, you know?
Oh, wow. And does this festival still happen? Like, is there a likelihood of you actually being able to come full circle with this and be able to play those songs at the place that they were designed to play?
Maybe. I'm certainly not doing it this summer. The festival is still a thing. It's a big one in Europe, and we'll see. You know, it was the circumstances that the songs came kind of born out of, or written in. Yeah, we're a bit different, but yeah, I mean that would be cool. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Is there any dates that are coming up on the tour, like whether they're individual shows for yourself or festival shows that you kind of like almost have ringed in red around, like in your brain, where you're like, oh, I can't wait to play that one. That's that's the one we're getting to.
Yeah, there are a couple that jump out of the calendar. That sometimes, because where they are geographically, I always look forward to the shows in Italy, just because it's very pleasant. We have a great time. We're also playing. They've reopened the old Hummingbird in Birmingham, which is now called. I get confused. I think it was called the Forum. I think it might be called the Forum again. So it's basically the kind of venue in Birmingham city centre that's been shut down for a long time. So they've reopened that, and we're playing the kind of opening weekend party to that. So it's always cool going back to Birmingham, which is very much the home of the band, even though we're not there anymore. So we'll look forward to that. There'll be a lot of friends and people around for that.
It doesn't matter how long the band's been going, you still get people going, here, any chance of getting a couple of guest lists to the show?
yeah, of course.
When can we expect like the record out?
So the album is September time, and then we start releasing songs from it in April, and like I said, there's quite a few festivals, and then I think the plan is to tour Europe properly in October, and I think the UK tour will be early next year. I am excited and nervous about the whole thing, for numerous reasons, really. But it's a nice feeling to have new music to play people. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
I think just even after all of the boredom and lockdown and stuff, like it's nice to have butterflies again, like to actually have that friction.
Absolutely, it's nice to have that kind of fear and excitement. It's funny now, 2 years of pretty much walking the dog. It's getting back out there, and we'll see. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting.
Thank you for coming on the show. Like, obviously, we're here to talk about your record, but you've also picked 3 tracks for us today on the show, where we've got like a starter, a main course, and a dessert. Something for the brain, something for the pain, and something for the soul.
Okay.
So starting us off, it was our something for the soul track, which is our starter. You picked Sharon Van Etten and Angel Olsen, like I used to. Tell me about this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly new song, certainly compared to the other 2 songs I've picked. It's just big, sweeping, sad ballad. I mean, sad music makes me happy. It always has done. It's just the way I'm wired. I think it's the way a lot of people are wired, to be honest. There's something about that kind of wallowing and kind of yearning, and that's kind of life affirming, isn't it? And this reminds me of who am I thinking of? Who's the American singer? Roy Orbison. Sorry, this song gives me this gives me massive Roy Orbison vibes, and that's good for me. So
what was this song? Only the lonely.
He's got there's a song of his called Mystery Girl, which I think was written by U2, which is just unbelievable. You should check that out. But anyway,
I've heard that
this. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's beautiful. I mean, amazing voice. But this song, kind of has that kind of classic feel, I think. And I like Sharon Van Etten's music a lot, but this is definitely my favorite of the things I've heard.
Yeah, I remember like hearing Sharon Van Etten for the first time. Actually, it was seeing her for the first time. I'd never heard of her, and I stuck on Jules Holland one day, and she was on. And it was one of those very few performances that you ever see on TV where you're actually like you feel like you're hitting the back of the room just watching it.
Yeah, that's cool. I've not had the chance to see her do her thing yet, so hopefully this summer.
Big time. Yeah, here it is, Sharon Van Etten and Angel Olsen, like I used to.
The soul food selection.
That was our starter, Sharon Van Etten and Angel Olsen, like I used to. Tom said telling you to go check out the video of it. Do you know what? This is a weird thing, right? I can't get it. I know this is music videos for me, right? They take me away from the music so much, like, because people spend so much time and they create this beautiful piece of art, but then I'm like watching or engaged in the visuals of it that it takes me away from the song. I got a very odd relationship with music videos, I think. I think that's probably why I work on radio.
Yeah, I can understand that. There's a lot of them, There's the ones that are truly shock you or surprise you are few and far between. But this one gave me I mean, it's cheesy as hell, but it's so beautiful at the end where they come together, you know, because they spend the whole thing apart. It's so simple. It's simple. I think probably that's the best thing about the best videos, is just a simple, pure idea that isn't trying to be too complicated. Quite often you get people, they're just trying to make like mini films, you know?
Yeah.
But, and like, come on now, this is, no. It's about the song.
It's about the song. We've got our main course now, which is Something for the Brain, which is Bruce Hornsby featuring Justin Vernon and Cast Off. I don't know this song at all. You're going to have to really join the dots for me on this.
Well, I don't know how many dots I can join, but obviously I know Bruce Hornsby because of the enormous hit that was sampled, Tupac song, isn't it? Just the way it is. I don't know much more about his career, but this came out maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So Bruce Hornsby has this outrageous piano sound, like electric piano, that's just incredible, very unique to him. But this song is like, it's just odd. And it's when you were saying about a song that's kind of soothing but makes you think. This song is awkward in its musicality, but it's beautiful at the same time. And I would imagine what Justin Vernon or Bon Iver does probably comes up a lot in your show, I would imagine.
Yes.
Kind of soothing, yeah. But this collaboration is it was just surprising, you know, and I think that's pretty cool, right? It's odd song, but beautiful.
Okay, right, let's put on our odd socks and listen to Bruce Hornsby featuring Justin Vernon and Cast Off. Now we're down to the final track, which is our dessert, Something for the Pain. And we've gone for the Blue Nile, Let's Go Out Tonight.
Yeah, have you played Blue Nile before?
I have never played this on the show before. This is a first time moment.
That's very cool. It's nice to fall in love with a band or music, especially at the age I am. I kind of generally feel that that feeling of really kind of adoration, falling in love with songs or a band is most people in their late teens, maybe. Or certainly I kind of grew out of it. I stopped doing it so much. But I discovered the Blue Nile probably about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was nice to find a band I'd never heard and go, oh my God, you know, this is, where have they been all my life? And to go back, and they haven't got lots of material. I think they've got 3 or 4 records. There's only 3 of their albums of the 4 I think are just perfect. This song is on their second record, Hats. Probably the defining record, but I don't know, they've got that kind of, they're Scottish, they've got that kind of slight kind of Celtic miserable thing.
Celtic miserablism.
Yeah, exactly. But it's kind of so spaced out and so refined, and kind of like it walks that line of like coffee table kind of soul music and just really sad indie music for a rainy day, or for a rainy evening with streetlights and in a northern town. And I love that feeling. It's so evocative, so beautiful. So it was nice to to find a band that I'd not discovered and really just fall in love with them.
Well, the Celts do miserable best. Like, I mean, especially the Scottish. The Scottish are just like completely, they've got that shit on lockdown. Like,
yeah, I mean, this guy's voice, man, it's a soul singer, you know, it's unbelievable.
Tom, thank you so much for giving me your time today to come on the show and to fill us in on what's happening with the band. It sounds really exciting. Got a record coming out at the end of the summer. Got some tour dates. Got some festivals. It's back to going.
It's back on, baby. Thanks for having me, Phil. Cheers.
No worries, man.